I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll try to understand how to convert standard form into factored form and find characteristics of the parabola from that quadratic function. Question here is, express the function y equals to minus 5x squared plus 10x minus 5 in factored form. Identify the zeros, determine vertex, axis of symmetry, and direction of opening. So what we are given here is a function y equals to minus 5x squared plus 10x minus 5. To factor, we can take away minus 5, which is a common factor here. So we get x squared. All the signs will change inside. So we have minus 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 5 divided by 5 is 1, so plus 1. Now as you can see, this is a perfect square, x minus 1 whole square. So we can write this as 5 times x minus 1 whole square. So that is in factored form, x minus 1 times x minus 1. So what we observe here is that the function has two zeros and both of them are at x equals to 1, right? So let me also sketch this function on the right side. So now let us explore the characteristics from this factored form. So first one we are looking for is zeros, right? So the zeros here are when the y value is 0. Y value will be 0 when this factor is 0. So that is at x equals to 1, right? If I substitute x as 1 here, 1 minus 1 is 0, I get a 0. And this 0 is of order 2, or we say multiplicity 2. There are two zeros at x equals to 1. Then we have to find the vertex. Now vertex is at the same point in this case. When I sketch this graph to be more clear to you, this basically, if I write x equals to 1, then I get a 0. So let us say this is my x equals to 1. So that is my 0. Now if I write x equals to 2, then I get 2 minus 1 as 1 squared times minus 5. So 1 unit away it is at minus 5. So it's like going downwards, right? So we can just make a graph of a parabola going downwards from this vertex. And from the characteristics actually speaking, we know that axis of symmetry is at the vertex itself. And also, if I substitute x equals to 0, I get the y-intercept, which will be minus 5 times 1. So my y-intercept is minus 5 here. So that is the kind of parabola I have. From here we can give all the characteristics, right? The second one we want to know is the vertex. Normally in factored forms there are two factors. Then the vertex will be at the mean position of the two zeros. Now since we have both the zeros at the same point, x equals to 1, so the vertex is 1 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 0, correct? So the vertex is at x equals to 1 and y equals to 0. Or we could write the coordinate points as 1, 0 shown here. So this is our vertex. Axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is along the line which is shown here, which is at x equals to, at this point, along this line, x value is 1, right? So this is axis of symmetry, which is x equals to 1. So we can write x equals to 1 is axis of symmetry, right? So let's write axis. And direction opening is downwards. So to start with, this is a very good example. Now in this case, it is kind of typical in a way that we have both the zeros at 1 point, right? So that is how it is very typical. So when both the zeros are at 1 point, we kind of get the vertex form. And we can straight away read the vertex from the factored form. I hope you understand and appreciate it. Thank you and all the best.